Hello Taurus, how are you? Welcome to your April 2017 love reading. I did do a quick little video on what's going on with my videos and stuff, so if you want to check that out, feel free. I will be doing generals this month as well. I know I missed March, it just got a little bit crazy, but I will be doing them, publishing them shortly. So Taurus, here we go, are the love energies for you. Okay. Cups. Okay, interesting. And actually I'm here in Bali. And we had an earthquake this morning and my camera got all messed up. So now I don't know exactly how to fix this. I just realized. Whatever. Okay, sorry guys. It's just gotta be what it is. I'll fix it later. I didn't think to do it before. Okay. So 7 of Cups in the center shows an element of maybe a lot of options or a lot of confusion or like not really knowing exactly how to feel about something. It's gonna be kind of a tough energy to have in the center. Sometimes it does feel like you are quite lost or you are just like really unsure. Like there's a lot of things maybe up in the air, maybe communication's not coming in, maybe you're not getting the reinforcement or the validation that you need from your partner. I am seeing a couple of energies, well actually like kind of 3 energies here. But Taurus, you are the Empress. The Empress is a card that you share with Libra. She does represent Venus, or she's ruled by Venus. So here you are, the Empress in the reversal, and that can be tough because it's almost as though you are depending on outside validation, right? You're depending on signs and signals from the things around you, as opposed to really listening to your true core self about whatever, how you feel about something, how something affects you. And it does kind of put us in this state maybe of feeling lost, okay? We are in the middle of a Venus retrograde. If you watch tarot readers online, I'm sure you already know that. And Venus retrograde it's a perfect time for, even though it doesn't feel perfect all the time, it is meant as a cleansing, right? It is to align the mind and the spirit, or the mind and the heart, to sort of get on the same page, and where the heart perhaps becomes a little more logical and the mind becomes a little bit more emotional, and somewhere you meet in between. But it also means that is inner work, and you cannot rely on the presence of others or the advice of others, because I think that there's going to be a lack of communication for you, Taurus. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get what you want to hear. You're not going to get what you feel that you need. So it is so important for you and your own just zen, being in a state of existence, I guess. It's so important for you to just have faith in yourself and trust yourself, and to know that love is really truly something that comes from within, okay? And I know that sounds very, I don't know, hippie style or very new age, whatever, but it is true. And I think we all know that on some level, right? Without love within ourselves, we cannot expect love from others. I'm not saying you don't love yourself, but I think that there's going to be something that happens that's going to maybe force you, or maybe it is just Venus retrograde, force you to really find that inner confidence, okay? Devotee of Coins is like that offering, right, that's not coming, or things that are being said that they just don't give you what you feel that you need. Can be so tough, right? And it's like, I just want my partner to say this. I just want my partner to do this. And I just want this to happen. And it's not. okay? You're not in a place where you really have any control. And I think a lot of the signs are having a similar message where you really just need to just sit back and let things kind of roll out and just pan out as they need to, as frustrating as it is. Now, we are going from a Venus retrograde, and I think we're going almost immediately into a Mercury retrograde. So there's going to be things that just linger on maybe a little bit longer than normal. So don't get, too comfortable allowing things to linger, right? Because eventually you are going to need to take the reins, and eventually you are going to need to really harness this Empress power. But for now, it's important to just sort of take a back seat and just do some inner work. I am seeing a lack of confidence, or I am seeing a lack of self-assurity. And this is a 9 of coins, and coins is your ruler, right? Coins is indicative of earth signs, Taurus. So, and I don't like seeing 9 of coins in the reversal, especially not with the Empress in the reversal, because it almost either feels like you are drained, you don't have any energy, you don't have anything left to give, and maybe that's why you're waiting, right? Maybe that's why you're patiently waiting for something to come to you, but you can't wait for that. Maybe you are giving a lot into a relationship. There is someone here, this Artisan of Coins, even the Hero of Swords. I'm kind of feeling like it's kind of the same person or a similar energy, different, right? The compassion that you need from them is not coming, and there may be a little bit of a self-centered vibe that you're getting from them, right? Like they're really focused on them, which is why you really need to be focused on you. If you are single and this is someone you're interested in, just don't. And I don't want to be a total Debbie Downer, right, or a total negative Nancy, but I mean, really, it's just the timing is weird, and there's just so much weird stuff going on. And this energy, Artisan of Cups, can be a little bit on the narcissistic, selfish side, a little bit self-indulgent, a little bit hedonistic, and they may be seeking out pleasures to make them feel good in the moment, right? But it is empty and it is somewhat superficial. Now, the 6 of Cups can really represent multiple things in a reading. A lot of people connect it with the past, but for me, it's been coming out a lot. And this month, I'm really getting a vibe, especially with these reversals here and 5 of Wands, that there's a level of superficiality. 6 of Cups can be like dating, or even if someone does kind of resurface from the past, I don't know if it's going to be that same connection that maybe you had. Like maybe they've changed, maybe things have changed, maybe you've changed, you are changing, we all are changing, but changing maybe a little bit out of sync, right? And the connection that you may share may be a little bit more on that superficial level. I don't know if it's going to be a deep thing, and if you are in a relationship or married, have a committed thing in your life, you may just be operating on this high level thing, and there may even be a little bit of conflict, okay? I'm not seeing fights per se, I'm not seeing big arguments or big blow-ups, right? But might be conflict in terms of maybe a lot of space, and maybe that bothers you, and maybe you want your partner to come talk to you, but they aren't, or you want the person to kind of come chasing after you, but they won't. So it's like push-pull, right? Like you want something that you aren't really willing to give, and they want the same thing. So it's kind of working not in each other's benefits. But this feeling of feeling drained, or this feeling of like you've exerted a lot of energy, a lot of effort, maybe in the past few months you have been working quite hard on this relationship, or you've been working quite hard to capture this person's attention, and maybe it hasn't really taken hold the way you really wanted it to. It's a sign, right? And I think you're really confused as to why. Why won't this person do this? Why won't this happen? Why won't this occur? Like I'm trying so hard to manifest and to visualize and to stay on point and to keep my goals going and to really, harness that, because I do feel that you have a lot of creative energy maybe around you, maybe, but more in perhaps a more business sense or in terms of like passions of yours. But again, it's only you. It's not something that you share with someone else. And now would be a really great time to start nurturing those types of efforts and putting emphasis on those things. As opposed to a person. If you're totally single, right now is really not the best time to get into a good relationship. Any people that you maybe connect with might fall by the wayside very quickly. Anytime we're in a retrograde, I feel like it's not the best time, especially a Venus retrograde and especially a Mars retrograde. You know, when that happens, things tend to fizzle out. And they may fizzle out more quickly, you know. Let's see here. 5 of Wands in the reversal is kind of a, you know, I think it's a message that you're not willing to play the game. You know, that's more superficial type of stuff. Hero of Swords actually, in my regular decks, in every other deck, I don't like the Hero of Swords. But with this deck, I think he's like the best one. Okay, this is kind of opposite. And I know the meaning should kind of carry over and it doesn't really matter, but I'm really inspired by the artwork. And the person who compiled this deck, I think really captured the softer side of this Hero of Swords. Someone who, you know, this is a warrior, like a general, sort of extending and offering the roses to his wife as he leaves the house for battle, right? And it's that message of like taking a moment, taking a pause to extend compassion and love toward the person that you love, but still maintaining a sense of duty at the same time, right? Fulfilling 2 duties at once. And I love that message with this particular card, but it's like in the reversal, that's not coming through. So your partner may really be focused on their own stuff. Like I said, they really may be more focused on the outside world and the outside duties. Just kind of like almost how you are really focused and on the outside validation and the outside signals that you need in order to validate or feel good about yourself, right? And because you're looking to the outside, and that may include someone in particular, and they're not giving it to you, I think you have a depleted sense of self-worth for temporarily, okay? You may feel a little bit sad, you may feel a little bit melancholy, you may feel a little bit underappreciated, unnoticed, right? If this isn't someone you're in a relationship with, but someone that you're interested in, you may feel unnoticed, you may feel invisible, even some of you. And it's like you've tried, I think you've tried, but I also kind of think on some level the trying, whether it's trying to get their attention or trying to like tell them how you feel, if it's someone you're just interested in and like you want them to know how you feel, but like I don't know if it's enough, right? Like I don't know if what you have done is enough. I don't think you've been direct enough, because someone who is so focused on themselves in like, and I said it before, I'll say it again, a little bit of a hedonistic, self-centered, narcissistic, and maybe even a little bit whiny about some of the stuff that they've been going through as well. And like, I want someone to feel sorry about me, and I want someone to give me compassion, right? And so you're just not giving it to each other. But if this is someone that you're just interested in and you want to capture their attention, I don't think that you've done enough entirely for them to even know what it is you want from them, right? And all communication is on a very high level. I'm getting a very childish vibe, and you're not the first sign to have this, okay? So don't freak out. It's not just you guys. There's a lot of people dealing with this, like it's frustrating, especially if you're in a marriage, okay? And it's not getting down to the depth. It's not solving. It's not resolving anything. Hopefully this energy will drift past us quite, soon. It will feel like it will happen sooner rather than later, because I think a lot of us are just feeling this like blockage that's just annoying, right? And it's just not productive. So let me continue. Let me pull out more cards for you. Whoa. Okay, these definitely want to come out. So, and the Nine of Swords, of course. Your mind is spinning, right? You're not getting what you need from your partner or from this person, and your mind is spinning. And I think you're driving yourself a little bit crazy. And Taurus, you're not really a spinning type of energy. That's not really what earth signs are known for. They can worry and they can think about stuff, but normally they're very focused and very on point. And because you are the fixed earth sign, you don't tend to spin out easily. You don't tend to get unnerved easily. So you might be a little bit in uncharted territory here, and you might be having a difficult time really kind of like navigating, like it's so almost like so unsure your future. You're so unsure of really where things are going and where you stand with this person. That you are, I think maybe you're taking it a little bit to the extreme in your own mind, and you are thinking a little bit too much about what's going on, without consideration that maybe that they just really aren't, like they have no intention one way or the other. They're just so in their own mind and so in their own realm that it is affecting you, because you're looking toward the outside for that stuff rather than within. But it's just, I think you're making it a little bit bigger and a little bit more severe than it is or than it should be. The Six of Wands in the reversal. Huh. Ten of Cups. Ten of Swords. Yikes. The Artisan of Swords. A lot of swords for you, Taurus. The Star reversed. And the Eight of Swords reversed. This is kind of a heavy one for you, Taurus. I'm sorry about that. Six of Wands in the reversal. Communication is failing. Like it's just flat out failing. Okay, so whatever it is you've said that you think the other person should recognize didn't work. Whatever they said to you that they think it's not working, right? It's so important to be very direct and be very clear, and to not just like use passive language. This Siren here, my goodness, it's right on top of the Empress in the reversal. Like I'm almost getting a little bit of a vibe of an obsessive level of needing validation, of needing, whether it's in the form of attention or in the form of, like I say, getting them to say something or do something. And the reason why I say that is because this Empress in the reverse, when she's reversed, it's not a very centered or a very, it's not coming from the inside out, it's coming from the outside in, right? It's kind of like the opposite, more masculine effect. And the Siren, like, why is that important to you? Why is that something that you crave and that you desire? And you're so afraid of vulnerability, so afraid to put yourself out there, but yet by not putting yourself out there and by expecting that to come into you, you're not getting the results that you want. It's really important to just stay calm right now and to maybe not take huge steps. I hope that in some way you can put your mind to rest, okay? some of you may feel like you are totally just done, like you feel like you've done everything, you've put everything out there and there's really nothing else left to do. And you may be feeling like really hopeless, like this is just never going to work, or we're never going to get to this next level, right? I think there's a level of drama happening here that's not necessary, okay? Granted, I'll give it to you, your partner's not giving you what you need, and they're not giving you feedback, positive or negative, or like anything really. But at the end of the day, it's so important for you to recognize that I hate blaming it on the planets, but like really, I think there's just so much going on, and it's really intense. And the Artisan of Swords in the reversal, there is like a level of desperation happening with everything as well. Desperation of you trying to get that from them, and it is becoming almost like this obsessive nature. Look how many swords, 8, 9, 10, Artisan of Swords, this obsessive thing. Like I really think your mind is going a little bit crazy, and I don't want to see you sever ties, right? I don't want to see you cut people off or say like, oh, forget it, forget you, I'm not, because I don't think that now is the time for those types of abrupt endings, okay? Because it's interesting how he's coming out, the Hero of Swords is coming out with the 10 of Cups. I think because it's such a positive 10, right? It's a card of emotional success, emotional fulfillment. And I'm wondering if that's what this person represents for you. That connection that you share really truly is something so special, but there's just all these external factors that are not aligning. But remember, it's important for you to remember to look at them with some level of unconditional love, and to love them as a person, as a human who is under the same influence of planets that we are, who is, obviously they have their own chart, but you know what I mean? Like we're all going through the Venus retrograde right now. So they're under the same influence. They are human. They do make mistakes. So do you. And to just kind of let this tension subside before major actions are taken. The star in reverse, like it's such a sign of like depletion or feeling like you're not healing, because this is something to really come back from, right? I mean, this is no joke. You guys are definitely going through something like super real. But I think the pain is more inflicted on yourself as well. And while this person may be doing hurtful things, it's really you're responding to it in an amplified manner, in an amplified fashion. You're like oversensitive right now. You're very sensitive, and you also are not willing to be vulnerable right now. So the more rigid you are, the more the breaking, it's like official break as opposed to a bend, right? And so I kind of think that you're almost kind of reaching a breaking point with this person because of a little bit of rigidity on your part. But I want you to find a way somehow to really remove yourself from the bondage, right? Because I kind of think that you've sort of confined yourself with your thoughts and your fears and your doubts, and everything that you have surrounding you has become so real that it's real, right? In your mind, it's been so real, and so you are manifesting these things at the same time. So I don't know how. Maybe this reading will help, maybe not, maybe this makes it worse, I don't know. But this 10 of Cups here is like the most positive message in this whole reading, and it is associated with this Hero of Swords. So your person of interest, whoever that is, has something very real to offer. And I think they care very much about you. Obviously, if it's your husband or wife, they do. But your rigidity right now is not helping the situation. And they might be super selfish, super like living in the moment, doing their own thing, not paying attention to you. But I think that's because it's a reflection, because in some way you're also not paying attention to them, right? Like I said, the communication is broken. Things aren't working. Things aren't like flowing very well between the two of you. And whatever fears and doubts that you have in your mind, it's important to recognize them as fears and doubts and not exactly a reality. And there may be things about this person that you really don't know, and that you may just be projecting that stuff out there about how this person is so selfish and so terrible and everything, but they might not be thinking along those lines at all. So just be really careful before you make judgments towards them and before you make judgments toward the relationship. You need to find a way to like let things subside. And honestly, conversation would be great, but I think the tension would be so high that it might make things worse. It's more a matter of stepping outside yourself, removing the blindfolds, removing the things that are keeping you in like this tunnel vision, because I am sensing a little bit of tunnel vision, right? Because you're so focused. It's like focus on an obsessive level. You're so focused that you're not seeing the bigger picture, and you're not allowing this person to be a person, right? Being their own version of this person, or, you know, what am I trying to say? You're just like, you're not allowing them to be a human, a spiritual human being that also goes through similar things. And sometimes we go through those same things together, but we're also very alone in those things. It's not the most positive message for you, Taurus, and I'm sorry about that, but a lot of people are having challenging times right now in the realm of love and relationships. But just like I say, just relax and don't judge anyone for not doing what you want or not giving what you want. It's important now more than ever for you to do this introspection and to find love within yourself, as opposed to requiring that from someone else, and to not expect that from someone else, because right now you're just not going to get it. And they're going through the exact same thing. Okay? So have compassion for the situation. Have compassion for what's going on, and there's no need for these swords. There's no need for this. There's no need for the stress and the anxiety and like even the hatred and like I'm seeing like daggers, right? Shooting daggers with your eyes or with your thoughts, and you're just like, it's a very intense, cruel type of thing, and it's just going to keep this person away even longer. But they represent something so beautiful for you. So beautiful, and you need the opportunity to give them a chance. But a chance cannot be given like this. It needs to be more relaxed. It needs to be more happy and more stress-free. So, okay, I'm going to stop talking. Taurus, good luck. Oh my goodness, April's going to be kind of crazy for you, I think. And I really do hope that this speaks to you or provides some enlightenment in some small way for you. I wish you nothing but the best, all right? Thanks so much. Take care.